Several days ago now, I brought you a video about an issue with a child maintenance service and a story of a mother who was in court for a small matter of £50,000. And I say that with my tongue firmly in my cheek. Well, I've received a communication from somebody else with another story and another point of view. Wait till the end of the video and you will find out exactly what that is. Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for joining me again. As always, please make sure you hit the thumbs up, subscribe to the channel and listen up. I appreciate the support. Thank you very much. Well, child maintenance service. As I told you, there is going to be an awful lot coming out about this over the coming weeks, and I'm told that I will get fed information as and when, and I will get it to you. Well, this is another piece of the puzzle, I suppose, another first-hand account from somebody, and I want to give it you right now. So here we go. Now, this is an email I received yet again. Hi, Andy. I watch a good number of your videos and think you do a great job at bringing things to the attention of us mere mortals. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I was particularly interested in your video on the CMS child maintenance service, and I did put a comment. I realized afterwards that I would have been better sending my full comment to your email, as I was actually giving you the story of my involvement with the CMS. So if you don't mind, I've copied the full comment and pasted it here. I don't know what can be done to improve anything about this company, because there are those in the House of Lords who insist the CMS is putting the lives of children first. This is so completely untrue. And I would add that the CMS are only interested in getting as much money as they can from people. Anyway, here's my comment. Andy, I'm so thankful that in addition to the work being done by Noel Wilcox and Anne Widdecombe, you have chosen to air the problems being caused by the CMS for so many people. My son's story follows, and I'll be happy to discuss this with you further. There are atrocities carried out by this service that really ought to be exposed. My son lived with his child until he was over 2 years old. The child then lived with his mother until he came to live with my son, age 9. There is now a court order to state that the child lives with his father until he leaves full-time education. There was a private arrangement in place between the parents, but the vast majority of transactions were paid in cash or in goods and services. Then the CMS, out of the blue, sent my son a demand for an amount in excess of £22,000. He was not aware of a case against him. He'd received no letters, and his ex-partner had never mentioned CMS. He appealed, and after going to the independent case examiner, the Department of Health apologised for the fact that the CMS had written to the incorrect address, certainly for the first year and for many subsequent years, although they claimed that they'd written to the correct address a couple of times. With no proof of this, he was awarded compensation to the tune of 50 quid. During the time they were apologising for, he had no notification of amounts to pay, no bank account details to pay anything into, and during that very first year, the one they have compensated him for, the method of payment changed from direct pay to pay and collect, attracting massive fees. And we've identified that can be as much as 20% in most cases, which of course has mounted up considerably over the years. Anyway, because his child lives with him, the so-called debt which still exists, well, it doesn't, this is the argument, is being held on file until the child leaves full-time education. So my son would have had him for the same amount of time, in fact, a couple of years longer than the mother did. But then the CMS will seek to get the debt paid, presumably using whatever methods they are authorised to use. Thus, in a number of years, although there will be no contribution from the estranged mother, my son may have to face selling his house. But what is totally incomprehensible to me is the fact that the money will go to the estranged mother and will in no possible way benefit the child in question. The major problem in all this are firstly the damage that has been done to the relationship between the parents, and secondly, but by far more serious, the damage being done to my son's mental health. He's in a very dark place and at times cannot see the way forward at all. In my mind, the CMS, the debt collectors, are completely oblivious of the people or circumstances behind their cases and completely blind to the effects their actions might have on individuals. With reference to the number of suicides within the body of paying parents as opposed to the national average. And they claim that they're working to collect money on behalf of the children so that no children face poverty is an outrageous one. Thanks for taking the time to read this. There you go, another horror story. Now, a lot of it, is apparently to do with an amount of money that doesn't exist. And a lot of it, when they choose certain ways of demanding the collection of this money, they add really stupidly high percentages on it. And also, it's in their best interest to cause trouble for otherwise cooperating parents, so they can then work the situation in their favour, as you've heard there. It's absolutely disgusting. That's another story, and I'm sure there are more to come out. If you have any, let me know, and I'll get them out there. And I'll certainly bring this to the attention of the right people. Anyway, I'm off. I look forward to talking to you again soon. Toodaloo.